Yeah, my presentation is about also about planning, like almost all the others have been today. And but I want to like suggest a tool for this planning to be more like systematic, so it doesn't just rely on the gut feeling, but yeah. As a like more systematic approach to the planning of the analytics platforms. Yeah, actually, the headline should be why analytics projects happen, as Martin suggested. But yeah, I think the fail and happened, there are a few similarities in those. Yeah, in my experiences, the first approach is like report-based, which is usually begins with the customer coming like with some kind of Excel report or something like that, which is starting to get too slow or too critical for the business or too difficult to manage, and then he wants to create some kind of fix for the Excel, but he doesn't want to create full-blown analytics project yet, and so we usually build something in Tableau, which is fine for a while, but the value is limited. Basically, we are creating like, or it is created a report which is just like reaching to the board table a little bit earlier than the old report, but there is no like qualitative difference between those two, and we don't like use the like we don't use the full potential of the tools we are implementing in the company. Second approach would be technology centered. Here the driver is usually a platform decision, like moving the data warehouse to the cloud, or building a data lake, or doing something with an AI. And in here, usually the IT department or can be able to build the solution, but without strong alignment with the business needs, and then the results often remains costly and underused. Third would be the department-based approach, where there are different like preferences between different departments in the same company. For example, finance prefers to use Excel for its analysis and reporting. Sales uses their CRM built-in tool. Marketing is using something else, and so on. So each team is happy with the solution in the short term, but in the long term, if we are creating different solutions for each team or each department, in the long term, this creates silos, duplication. We are like rebuilding parts of the system in each department, and also inconsistent data. And finally, there is budget-based approach, where this usually starts probably in some kind of budget meeting, where there is going to be a sentence like, we have X amount of euros, let's build something for analytics with that. It also may deliver a good first step, but without a plan for what happens next, the system quickly becomes outdated and abandoned. If in the next year's budget there is no line for this project, then it will probably stays some kind of old weird place nobody wants to visit. Yeah, and the consequences. I want to say that it is possible to build analytics based on any of these approaches from the last slide, and many organizations actually do start from these starting points. But my point is that it is okay to start with that, but have a little like bigger plan also to get a lot more data from the tools and solutions you are using and building. This means, and because without the plan, there is, I think, the quite big danger that you will impact badly also the future like projects in the data fields in your company as well, because the trust in data decreases, the solutions will become too expensive and too slow, and they need often rebuilds and so on. So to help to prevent this cycle, we in the Wizon we have started to use something called roadmaps as a planning tool. But in this context, roadmap is just not just like some project plan or something like that. It's a change management tool basically. It defines the route, the waypoints along this route, and steps for moving between these waypoints. So it helps to create a more predictable process, helps to manage expectations. Everybody knows when and what happens next. Helps to set priorities, orders steps needed for success, and and helps to communicate also the project, which will help also on the managing or helping the shareholders on board. But before we can move on the map, like in real life as well, then we have to first know where we are. And for that, we are using maturity assessment, which is basically like looking at the map before planning a journey, and also it allows the systematic maturity assessment allows to recalibrate and locate ourselves on the path along the way as well. And this allows to adjust the direction. We don't have to go back to the square one to change direction, but we, if we know where we are, then we can manage the process better. The assessment gives the organization a clear view of the areas where it's doing well and where it is lagging. So and for maturity assessment to be more like systematic and I don't know, like maybe even science-based, we are using a maturity model, which basically it solves the problem that usually the self-assessments are quite subjective. We're feeling that we are about average on our baddest sides and well above average on all the other. So to be able to do this assessment as objective as possible, we are using these models. These are like diagnostic tools developed and validated to provide an objective and an assessment as possible. And there are different models for this purpose. I talk about the model we are using, but actually, if you want, you can read about them and these models, and you can choose yourself as well. So we are using this model, CMM, a capability maturity model, which is originally created in the 80s for software development, but the system or the logic works quite well with analytics too. In this model, there is like 5 levels, and you basically like measure or assess the company, and this assessment helps to put the company on one of those levels. And as we know, also other levels and basically like the steps needed to get there. Sorry. Then we can use this as a basis for the roadmap as well. As we have quite in a hurry, then I don't talk about these the meanings of each of these levels at the moment, but you can Google it probably. And now we are getting back to the roadmap, which is basically like we are creating or describing the steps needed for our clients, or our clients can do this actually themselves as well, for moving from current level to the next. And we try to do this in the multiple parallel tracks, basically, because the analytics platforms don't work in the vacuum. So it means that it is not enough to have like high-level technical platform or high-level security rules. But all of those steps need to like go together, and it is not good to develop one of these areas like forward compared with others. For example, if you have too high level of data security in the beginning of your like data maturity road, then you could like limit the implementation or limit the usability of this solution too much to users actually like take this in use. Like walking, just with the 7 legs. So in practice, usually the process we are writing in this roadmap the steps. For example, if the company wants to move from level 1 to level 2, we are writing the steps needed to get this change in the, I don't know, data processing and documentation area, or reporting and repeatability area, and so on. So my key points, I hope, are in this slide. So technology alone does not equal with success. You need people, processes, culture, and so on to build good analytical platform. Maturity models are great tools for like giving this shared language inside the company. Roadmap helps to prevent chaos with analytics area and analytics projects, and step-by-step wins, which can be easily measured using this roadmap as well. Build trust on the analytical system. So. And here is basically the same thing again. Yep, thanks.
Does sometimes feel like you're planning too much, in which cases it's smarter to just start instead of planning everything ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. There is possibility to plan too much, but I think if you, I think the roadmap as well. It is not some kind of fixed document you are creating in the beginning of the project. It is like changing also like dynamically. The point is that you just have to have some kind of written plan which allows you to get all the good things I talked about in the presentation as well. But it doesn't mean that you have to just wait before the roadmap will be ready and then you can build something. I think the two processes needs to be like in parallel, at least in some parts.
Mm-hmm. Then was your maturity model for data technology or for organization that would use data technology?
For organization, because as I said, I think the good analytics platform does not only consist of on the technology. It needs culture. It needs, I don't know, some kind of rules to be managed and so on. So yeah, if you ask it like this, then it is more like for our organization.
No more questions. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.